So this is how RC66 form looks like. So when you will open this form, you will just have to fill all the details as they have asked you. So for example, your social insurance number. So first of all, to apply for this, you need to have a social insurance number. That is a document you can apply just after landing. Okay, so it is a very important document. So you need to have this document in your possession before filling all this. So say your SIN number, you can fill it any whatever SIN number has been assigned. So this can be your number, your first name, about whatever the first name. It, for example, say it is Shalini, and I told you that this is the mother will be the main applicant while filling this form. So it will be the primary responsibility who is primarily responsible, and mother is primarily responsible. So most of the cases it will be mother. If it is not the female parent, then as I told you, you have to attach a signed letter from the female parent that the other parent is primarily responsible for all the children in the home. Okay, so let's assume it is not the other parent, and in most of the cases it is the mother. So mother will be filling this, and her last name, let's say Singh, this is Shalini Singh or Shalini Sharma. You can have it Shalini Sharma. Sorry for the spelling. No, okay. So date of birth, say the date of birth is 1989. The month can be 10th, and the date can be 15th October. Okay, so that means 15th October 1989. Your language of correspondence, English, and say your cell phone number. Let's say 780 7808 9124, any number. You can have whatever cell phone number you are using, and then your mailing address. So say if you are living in Alberta, Edmonton, so you can have your street number, your house number. Say it is 3814 109 street, and whatever the location is, and then the city. You can have Edmonton. Province or territory or country. If it is outside, it is province is Alberta. If you are residing in Ontario, British Columbia, you can Manitoba, you can fill that. And then the postal code. So postal code you can fill is with no hyphens. Okay. So T6H2M7. So So this is, for example, the postal code you have. Have you moved from a different province or territory within 12 months? So if we have moved from India, so that doesn't come under a different province or territory. So you will say no over here. But if you have been residing in Canada and you have moved from some other province, say you were living in Ontario, but in the last 12 months you have moved to Alberta, Ontario to Alberta, then you will fill yes. And if yes, then you will fill the date where you were earlier living, then sorry, the name of the place and the date you moved to the new province. But as you have moved from outside of Canada to Canada, so over here we will say no. So if your home address is same as the mailing address, just tick on this block. And your marital status, if your marital status is married, you can go with that. If it is separated or divorced, then you can fill according to yourself. So let's assume it is married. Enter the date the status began. So that would be the date you got married. So it will be the date of the marriage anniversary of the parents. So say it is 2015, month is September, the date is 27, for example. Now, in this, you will be filling the social insurance number of your spouse. So let's say it's whatever. The social insurance number your better half is having, so you will fill that. The first name, for example, the first name is, you can have the first name of your husband and the last name. So, say, for example, it is Jigar, and the last name is Sharma. So, date of birth is 1987, month is 6th, and the date is 16th. So, if the address of your husband is different from yours, maybe if he is living at some other place, working at some other, uh, he's basically have got a different job in a different city, then you can fill his address. If it is the same one, then you can leave this as a blank. Now, your citizenship status, that is the step number 4. So, have you been a Canadian citizen for the last 12 months? So, if you have recently moved, so you have become a permanent resident, not a Canadian citizen, so you will be filling no over here. Has your spouse or common law partner has been a Canadian citizen? So, we will say no. So, if you answer no to either of these questions, you will have to fill RC66 SCH form. So, this is the second form that we have to fill. Okay, before going to this form, let's complete it. Now, the step number 5. So, this is where you will be filling. Within the last 2 years, did you become a newcomer to Canada or return after an absence of at least 6 months? So, have you has recently come, you are a newcomer, so the answer will be yes. So, same will go to for your spouse if you both have moved together. So, answer will be yes. So again, they are saying if you have filled yes, then you will have to fill form RC66SCH along with this RC66 form. Now, information about children. So if now this is basically over here, there is one confusing line. If the child started living with you more than 11 months ago, then you may need to provide supporting documents. So from here, what does this more than 11 months? So over here, 11 months mean that you have been living in Canada for more than 11 months and you haven't filled your child care benefit till now. So that means you know child has started living with you more than 11 months ago. So I will suggest everyone to fill the child care benefit within the first 11 months. So if you do not fill it within the first 11 months, then there are additional documents that you will have to provide. So, to escape from all these hassle of filling out more forms, just fill it as soon as possible after landing. Whenever you feel that you have completed all the other, you have got the SIN number and you have got completed all the other documents and you have got a free time. So this is what you need to fill the child care benefit. So don't delay it and specifically for more than 11 months because then you have to fill some of more supporting documents. So now coming to the child information, so you will have to fill the first name of the child. So for example, the first name and the last name, and then you have to fill the gender. So say the first name is it is Shashi. Last name is Sharma, and the gender is female. The year, so date of birth you can have as 2017. The month can be say October 15th, whatever. Then the city of birth. So, for example, if she was born in Chandigarh, then Chandigarh, wherever your child was born, and then province or territory or country if outside Canada. So over here, when you will click, you will get the options only for the provinces. not for the country. So you don't have to select any of this option. You have to type it over here, whatever country the child was born. So say it's India. Don't select from here. Just type. Okay. So you must be primarily responsible. So does the child live with you all the time? Yes. If yes, then enter the date child started living with you. So that would be assuming since birth. If the child has been living with you since birth, usually this is what happens. Okay. If no, then you will have to tell the percentage of the time and all that. So just go with since birth. And if you have another child, then for the child number two, you will have to fill the same information again, the first name, last name, and all that. So if you have more than two children, then just take the printout of this page and attach one more page regarding the child number three information and so on. So it will be up to the four children, not more than four. Okay, and then after filling this form, just take the printout of this form, and after taking printout you can do the signature, then your husband will do the signature, and the date you filled this form will just do it. So this is quite straightforward form. You need not to fill a lot of details. It is quite simple. You can do it easily. And after this, what are the documents required to send along with this form? Well, the first thing is they have said is RC66 SCH that we will fill later on in this video. I'll show you how to fill it. And then proof of birth for children, that can be, his birth certificate, his passport, that can be one. If the child started living with you more than 11 months ago. So that is if you haven't applied for the child care benefit in the first 11 months, then these are the documents, additional documents that you will have to provide. Okay. So there are, it's a long list that you have to provide all these documents. And then there are the examples of acceptable documents. Okay. So over here with this form, I will just tell you what documents you need to attach. So just uh, provide your COPR, a copy of COPR. If you haven't got your permanent resident card, then copy of COPR of the whole family. That is the mother, father, and of the child. So if there is one child, then the one child COPR. If there are two children, then the COPR of both the children. So COPR of all the family. You can also include the visa page where visa was printed. So secondly, the passport copies of the whole family. That is the second document. Okay, and the first document would be COPR along with the visa, and the second document will be the passport copy. Then you can also attach the birth certificate of the children, of the child, sorry. And these are the basic forms that you need to provide. And apart from it, we filled one address over here, that where you are residing. So basically, you need to provide one address proof for this. It is not a compulsory document, but I highly recommend this because they want to make sure that you are living in Canada. There are some people who do soft landing. They come, they just get their PR card and then they go back. So they do not, if this, all this childcare benefit is valid if you and the child is living in Canada. If they are not present in Canada, then they are not eligible for the child care benefit. So they want is the government want is that they need a proof that the family is living on the address that has been given. So it is not a document that will be given in this list, but I highly recommend you to attach a residence proof. So that residence proof can be your rental agreement. It can be your driving license if you have applied for one. It can be basically any utility bill. Utility bill can be your credit card statement, the telephone bill, the electricity bill. Okay, so this can be any. So out of these, just attach one. So I attached the rental agreement. So you have to attach one address proof. If you are staying at your friend's place, then I'll just say that wait for some time till you move to your own house, that is your rental house, then apply. Or you can uh, ask request your friend to just have the utility bill on your name, but it's a very cumbersome process. So I'll just say when you will be shifting to the new house, then after that you should apply for the child care certificate, so that you can easily provide the residence proof. So these are the basic documents that are required. So it would be one RC66 form, along with it RC66 SCH form, COPR of whole family with the visa copy, passport, the front and the back page of the whole family, along with this one address proof. So these are the documents that need to be provided. And if you have birth certificate, then you can attach that birth certificate also along with this of the child. So now, coming to this, where we have to send all these forms. So depending upon the province where you are living, there are these three different addresses. So if you are living in Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, Northwest Territories, Saskatchewan, or Yukon, then this is the address where you will be mailing all these documents. And if you are living in Ontario or any other mention, then this is the tech center where you would be sending all these details. And for Quebec, this is the address. Okay. So one more thing, this all process will take around 11 weeks. So after 11 weeks, you will be getting the childcare benefit from the day you landed in Canada. Okay. So this after this process, it will, around 3 months after, you will be getting from the day you landed. Okay. And one more important form that you need to attach that I forgot to tell you earlier is a direct deposit. So basically, if you will not fill this form, then they will send a check through mail on the this address that you provided in your form. So every month you will be getting a check. So sometimes checks may get lost or may not get delivered to your mail, to your mailbox. So it is not an ideal situation. One, we are living in a digital world. So one another important form that you need to attach is the CRA direct deposit form.